About a week ago, there was an interesting article going around about some huge drama surrounding a small business in Long Island that specialized in selling gluten-free vegan pastries. In actuality, like many entrepreneurs, they weren't the honest and caring brands they portrayed themselves to be. Turns out, they were cutting corners as their supposed gluten-free vegan donuts were actually just repackaged Dunkin Donuts. At first, I thought there was no shot this was real because 1, you'd have to be completely delusional to think no one would notice, and 2, a complete psycho to purposely mislabel a product that could potentially be dangerous if consumed by the wrong person. But as of March, a statewide investigation has occurred, and the NY Health Department is now investigating the bake shop Savory Fig. So the story begins when another business by the name of Sydney Snacks called them out and posted this image on their Instagram of a deformed donut from Savory Fig that was supposedly gluten-free and vegan, which contained sprinkles with similar colors and shape as Dunkin Donuts. Fascinating. Now the post reads, on February 23rd, the owner of Savory Fig dropped off the baked goods we ordered from her, including her donuts. In the middle of the boxes was the donut pictured in the first slide. I, John, immediately became concerned as to why this one donut was decorated differently than all the others, and in such a strikingly similar way to a recognizable chain. I pulled all of the items delivered out of the racks immediately and stored them in the back out of precaution until I could confirm what was or wasn't happening here. This response, along with the image provided of the alleged gluten-free vegan donut, makes it pretty obvious this was intentional. This isn't really a mistake or something done by accident. I don't think you'd accidentally sell a product that's not yours, and normally you wouldn't even be able to taste the difference, but you can clearly see it. The owner, John Stengel, then reached out to the company in hopes of getting an explanation with some evidence that would hopefully clear things up. This then led to a series of text messages between the two practices, starting with, "Hey, I in no way mean to insult you or question your product, but this donut was in the box with the strawberry frosted. These are definitely de-sprinkles, ones Dunkin Donuts uses, even resembling their color. If these are Dunkin Donuts, then the ingredients could kill somebody, as we have many people with severe dairy allergies that shop here. I will keep this conversation between us, but please tell me the truth. I don't want to kill anybody with a severe allergy." Fair enough. Proper labeling of food is so important to avoid triggering health problems that could otherwise be preventable. I always come back to this story, but take Panera Bread for example with their charged lemonade. It resulted in 2 casualties that could have easily been prevented had it been properly labeled as a highly caffeinated beverage to avoid being consumed by those with heart problems. The owner of Sydney Snacks wasn't trying to start a statewide investigation. It genuinely seems like they were just looking out for their customers. Savory Fig then replies, "These are definitely not Dunkin Donuts. If you don't want to put them out, then don't. But they are not from Dunkin." I don't mean to insult, and I hope I didn't, but you have to understand my concerns. Could you show me the sprinkle container that had the D's? I just don't understand why that would be something you would have or put on a single donut. I could send you the picture later. I made a bunch of donuts for somebody's birthday. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. Granted, we'd still need the evidence, but at least they provided some kind of explanation. I mean, it's about as convincing as that time Kellogg's tried to tell the world that sugar doesn't make you fat, but nevertheless is a valid attempt. Continuing with the text messages. Okay, I'm not trying to insult you, and I don't believe you would do that. I'm just really off by the sprinkles, as I've seen these at Dunkin' before. Then they reply with the classic, "I would never do that." And John then responds with, "I don't think you would. It was just a weird thing to see, and I felt it was my responsibility as business owner to ask. I appreciate you being willing to calm my nerves by sharing a picture of them." To which the person from Savory Fig responds with, "I can't right now, I'm not home. If you don't want to put them out, I get it, but I would never do that." Yeah, I'm starting to believe that's nothing but a lie. It's one thing to send some kind of reinsurance to the owner that, as their partner, you're making sure the product provided is safe for the given consumer. But to respond with something that's just you dodging their genuine concerns, that doesn't really send the best vote of confidence. Now, they eventually sent an Amazon link to some letter sprinkles that they claimed were the ones used on the donut for the kid's birthday party. But a link is not the same as actual physical evidence and images of it, so John sent another message in concern stating, "Thank you for the picture, but this doesn't quell my fears. Do you happen to have a picture of the custom order? I'm sorry for asking, but I'm not seeing orange or pink D's in the container and I'm very concerned." And they just never replied back. When I first learned about this, initially, I thought it was just a concerned customer wanting to figure out if the product they bought was safe to consume. But after reading this series of text messages, what I've pieced together is that Cindy Snacks and Savory Fig must have some kind of mutual partnership where Savory Fig is responsible for providing the product sold at Sydney Snacks that the owner, John Stingle, was under the impression of as being homemade, gluten-free, and vegan. But in actuality, Savory Fig was just supplying them from Dunkin for a higher price, at least with their donuts. If that's true, which once you see the evidence will agree it is, then we've got ourselves another pink sauce / pickle girl situation regarding influencers deceiving big corporations with their unsafe and false products. So with the only evidence provided from Savory Fig, John Stingle of Sydney Snacks decided to order the sprinkles that were allegedly used on the birthday donut, and here's the comparison they posted on their Instagram. Yeah, something's not adding up here. Whoever was replying on behalf of Savory Fig didn't have Saul Goodman on their team, and I'm no lawyer, but I'm pretty sure this counts as fabricating evidence, which would be enough for Cindy Snacks to file a class action lawsuit against Savory Fig. But that's not the only evidence Cindy Snacks provided. They then pulled out their child's chemistry set, I guess, and started doing some CSI forensic analysis and posted the lab results on their Instagram. They're no Walter White, but after seeing the results from the test meant to indicate whether or not the donut contained traces of gluten, well, yeah, it definitely got gluten in it. So seems like John was right to be concerned, and I only pray that no customer with any food intolerance was harmed because of Savory Fig. After enough evidence was provided to start a lawful investigation, Cindy Snacks then posted an update on their Instagram stating, "We have contacted the supervisor at the Division of Food Safety and Inspection from NY Agricultural and Markets. He stated that they began an investigation and will notify us of the results once it is complete. We also alerted the Suffolk County Department of Health and are waiting to hear back from them about the next step in the process. We want to make it clear we came forward with this information to keep our community of local vegans and those with food allergies safe from future harm. And while we appreciate the support and concern for how serious this is, we are not interested in being viral. We want to keep people safe and call out wrongdoings when we see them. We feel confident we have done that as best we could." Actual Giga Chad response. I can always appreciate when good businesses make sure their top priority is the safety of their customers. I don't know what will happen regarding the partnership between Cindy Snacks and Savory Fig, but I hope for the sake of their customers, Cindy Snacks departs from them. I just found this story to be interesting and wanted to wait for enough facts to be presented before talking about it. As much as I'd like to believe Savory Fig was hatching some kind of masterminded plan to help Scott Pilgrim by defeating the vegan cops, they're not a hero, they're just an influencer. I wish nothing but the best for Cindy Snacks going forward, and that's really about it. So